I would assume they're going to give us a pallet for each of our districts.
Yeah, we're the distribution site. I think we got 2 pallets.
Okay.
Well, how many's in a pallet? Does anybody know?
A lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot.
See, I
Good
said a
answer.
million, so.
Yeah, they give you gallon bottles also.
Oh, that's good. That's
Just
smart.
don't drink it.
Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome.
Anything from PR?
Lisa's real busy doing the district notices. You know, all the rules change in terms of getting out notices. She's working, I think, with 8 school districts to get the work out.
Okay.
If you are attached to our Facebook page, what I've been doing is sharing everything on mine. So when it comes up, it gets it out to everybody that we know.
Okay. Legislation?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, there really isn't any legislation because the legislature has given the governor a large amount of discretion to set aside or delay any sort of laws. I think maybe Clark will talk to it a little bit, but the logistics of giving every member, everybody in a school district a ballot, a self-addressed stamped envelope is pretty substantial. Because how do they develop that list? Do they base it on? I mean, it's a substantial logistics for districts. The other thing is, and I just people should maybe consider this, and I don't know if the governor is prohibited from doing it. The one thing that the governor did not set aside was the property tax levy cap. And maybe he can't. Maybe Wayne could speak to that. Maybe he can't set that aside. Maybe that's one of the things that he simply does not have the authority to do. But if he does have the authority and he didn't do it, it would seem to me that the governor still wants the school districts to abide by the property tax levy cap. And so just be aware. It's a lot easier for people to go and just in the comfort of their home go and vote and just drop it in the mail. There may be some unintended consequences of giving everybody a ballot, and just I don't know. There could be and there could not be. But thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Tom. Audit? Anything for audit?
I'm going to stop the meeting right now. This is my first time on Zoom, but I have live on YouTube. I don't want that, do I?
Yeah.
I do.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Says recording live on YouTube.
Yeah, that's our public transparency. We have to distribute it out on YouTube. And then when we go into executive session, it'll be turned off.
Okay. I just got a hot flash. I said, oh my gosh, am I sending something on I'm not supposed to? But that's
Oh,
okay.
no, it's fine.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Clark.
Yeah, let me hit like 15 items. First of all, I have to start with kudos to the staff. We are maintaining the continuity of instruction to all the students. We even have drop-off boxes over at East. Students are dropping off their work. The staff, the CTE staff are starting to plan on how to come in. There's a number of personal items that we have to connect the students, planning that. But the continuity of instruction is going on. The IEP meetings are going on. I have a whole new appreciation for these parents who have to listen to their students' test results and all the results. Staff's very patient in terms of working through all that. So again, kudos to the staff as we enter this whole new different culture. In terms of the budget votes, crystal ball, because of everybody voting, of course, the governor's going to say, oh, this is great. It's real democracy in action. But they're estimating probably about a 10 to 15% failure rate across the state. That's about 80 to 100 budgets. We are enjoying good support in terms of our budgets. We did extend the time that the districts could drop services. They have dropped some services. And next month, we will be taking some very serious action in terms of staff reductions that will occur at the June meeting. I've been through this in 1992, 2008, but this is definitely going to be the worst time. The difficulty is for the districts, they know their costs, but they don't know their revenue. On
Mhm.
Friday is going to be a very telling day in terms of, that's when the governor is going to announce his first of multiple reductions in state aid. And current estimates are running between 10 and 20% to the districts. I heard from a district like Niagara Falls, that could be as much as $14 million to Niagara Falls. So if you think about the small rural districts, it's going to be a pretty big impact. Our buildings are looking good in terms of that. The Orleans County is one of the areas which will be starting to open phase 1 on Friday, and that's mainly construction. Our construction project continues to proceed. We're working on that. We were down there today. I told you about the students coming in to pick up their personal items. I meet weekly with all the BOCES superintendents. Next Tuesday, I have a meeting with the commissioner. And I also meet with all the component superintendents. A lot of them are talking about graduations and proms, but at this point, I believe it's mainly virtual. There was a TV show with the Transit Road drive-in person. The problem is that they can bring people in, but you can't have public bathrooms. You can't use the bathrooms and things like that. So I think everybody is quickly moving to virtual. I am moving ahead with the testing of some nurses. We have to do some on-site testing of our nurses, and I think that's critical. We just had a graduation. We put 12 new nurses out on the front lines to help during this time. They all passed, but we have to do some additional testing. So I am going to bring in the nursing students. Got a good relationship with the NCCC president. He has a number of students in our welding classes. He set up a separate tent so they can test the welders, so they can get the welders out. So he's doing that over on his campus. And I got to say, with Dr. Morabito, I got a real good relationship with him, much better than in the past. I had to cancel the retirement observation in June where we were going to recognize some retirees. We're going to have a different format. We're going to bring them in with the proper social distancing and record a presentation. We're involving Lisa. So we will be honoring a couple of our retirees through that method. I'd also like to ask the board, I expressed to the unions that I'd like to waiver the timelines in terms of, and we can talk more about an executive session, in terms of retirement opportunities. So if anybody chooses to retire, we could do that with the waiver and the timelines. If you have any concerns, we'll talk about that in executive session. The superintendents have all requested that there be no academic summer school. So we will not be offering academic summer school this year. We're waiting to hear about our extended school year, but that too may become virtual depending upon if we could do face-to-face or not. Tonight you'll be acting on Dr. Barsis's tenure, not retirement, tenure. And, right in there. He's been a handful, but he's done a good job and he's earned his tenure appointment. And in terms of workers' comp, there's a significant workers' comp. You know, our staff is on the front line in terms of dealing with the most challenging students. And we had a number of significant losses. And that's why we're requesting that transfer of 1.8 million to offset to make our workers' comp program. That's what it's going to cost us. And we're in with a consortium of other districts, and that's our cost. So appreciate your support on that. And even though we said we're not going to do any big projects going forward, 50 Main Street, we do have to fix that roof. The building's really shaping up. And so I ask for your support on that. It's about $300,000. And as I said, we have a number of executive session items to discuss. Happy to take any questions.
Clark, I have a question.
I had a question, Dr. Gaccio. Oh.
Yeah.
I was going. Can I go or who's
Go
that?
ahead.
Tim?
I'll wait a second. Yep, you go ahead. Yeah, you go
Oh,
ahead
okay.
and I'll follow you.
All righty. I just had a question about the nursing students.
Mhm.
Now they're all done, or are they doing virtual as well?
They have to take their final exam.
The LPNs.
The LPNs, they have to take their final exam, and we're going to accommodate them with proper distancing. But we are exploring some online opportunities for testing, but that's not in place. So that's the one area we might have to have them come in with the proper protocols and do the testing. I just wanna-
Right. Okay.
Triple C is doing it virtually
All right.
through Swift River.
Tim?
Okay, we had a discussion last night about the governor cutting his payments. He never said he was gonna cut aid. He said he was gonna cut payments. Now, I could be wrong on that, but and this is the thought that came out of our brainstorming, and we're gonna try to lobby people, but I think it's too late, that if he leaves the formulas alone and leaves the aid picture alone and just says, okay, we were going to give you $14 million. We're only going to give you $13 million. We could make that up out of fund balance for this year. But if he cuts the formula aid and everything else, that goes on from year to year. I just wonder if you heard anything about that.
Yeah, the talk, and yesterday with the superintendents, I think Tim Carter was on with David Little, the exec from the rural schools. He's going to let all the expenditure-based aids run. That's where BOCES were an advantage. The aids will run, so the district should not be dropping BOCES services because they get that aid. It's based on the expenditure, so that's a good thing. What he's talking about, I think, is a deduct in the pandemic offset, which was about $2 billion that he would lower. So it's good. He's not going to mess with the formula. So yeah, he's going to reduce the payment. And yes, you could have some other opportunities. And the other big unknown, and part of this is posturing in terms of negotiations with the feds. I just saw a proposal out of the $3 trillion, New York is going to pick up, I think it's $30 billion. So if some of that comes to education, it'll be good. And all that's under negotiations right now. So a lot of unknowns, I guess, is my summary comment. All set, Mr. President.
Okay, sorry, I was muted. All right, so I guess we'll move on to new business. If there's no old business. All right, so we're in the blue sheet, page 014. I'll take motions for, oh, that's a big one. Okay, I'll take a motion for the first item.
I'll move
Somebody
A.
motion?
I'll make a motion. Colleen,
All right, so Colleen, can I get it? Can I get a second?
I'll
second
Ed
it.
will second.
Bob?
Oh,
All right, let's all mute unless you are motioning or like wave your hand or something because everybody's kind of talking at once. Okay, so Cindy, did you have Colleen move and Bob second or?
I took Joanne. There were choices. Should I?
okay.
Okay, so you moved A. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
All right. All right, so now we're on page 17. Somebody want to make a motion? All right, Ed moved. Can I get a second?
I'll
Okay, Bob?
B, C,
Second.
D, and E.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
There we
Bob, can you
go.
still
B,
second?
C, D, and E. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All in favor?
Tim, I will second that.
Aye.
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 Okay. All right. B, C, D, and E pass. Now we're on F, teacher synergy.
I'll make a motion F, G, and H.
Okay, Bob made motion F, G, and H. Can I get a second?
Colleen can second.
Okay, thank you, Colleen. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. Speak up if there's any thing you want to talk about. All right, so was I moved or just H?
No, just up to H.
Okay, so now starting with I.
Ed will move I, J, and K.
Okay, can I get a
Carol,
second? Carol, second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. So now we're on L. Can I get a motion for L, starting with L?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. For L only?
I'll move L, M, N, and O.
Okay, and did you second or Ed? No, Ed second, okay. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Discussion, okay. Now we're on PQR.
Motion PQR and tentative.
So Ann, motion PQR,
I'll second it.
okay. Was that Bob?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Any discussion about anything? Okay, and now we're on personnel, page 26, pink.
This is Tim. I will move A, B, and C.
Okay, Tim moved A, B, C. Can I get a second?
Ed,
Okay, Ed seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Dr. Barstis on that one. He's on the line.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Thank you, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you for my retirement.
Oh, no. Said I about had a heart attack.
I like the thumbs up. That was great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Okay, so we're on D now. Okay. Can I get a motion for D forward?
Motion, which B? I'll make a motion for
Starting with D.
B.
D.
Sorry.
D is in dog.
I'll make a motion for D and E.
Okay. Bob, move D and E. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Anne, thank you.
Colleen.
Oh, Colleen? Okay. It's hard. You're so small in this meeting. Okay, D and E, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
If you look at the yellow, it tells you who's doing it. It lights it up.
Okay. So now we have F and G left.
Ed
Tim?
will move F and G.
Okay, Ed moved F and G.
Tim will second.
Tim seconds. Okay. Any discussion? Right. All in favor? Aye.
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 We do have an addenda that we sent
I
out.
know,
I could talk through those, and there's a number of change orders. Those funds were allocated in the project. There was a lot of, there was some bad dirt under a parking lot that cost about $29,000 to remove.
oh boy.
And then a lot of concrete under the greenhouse. So it nets out to be about a total of $30,000. And then the two resolutions in the pink, one is to authorize me to abolish positions in terms of contractual timelines.
Mhm.
We'll talk about those in June, but that gives me the authority to do that within the timelines. And also to provide the last day of instruction for 10-month employees that we're currently working through, because we may not have an opportunity to do that before the board, the next board meeting.
Okay.
So that's on the agenda.
All right, so the first addenda, it's S, the change order. Can I get a motion for that, please?
I'll
I'll
make a
make that
motion.
motion.
Oh, Tom, so we'll have Tom motion in a second,
I'll second it.
Bob second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Now we're on H, notification of staff reduction. Somebody move that,
I'll make
please.
that motion.
All right, Tom motioned,
Second.
Janice second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sorry about that. So an I in the addendum, work year for 10-month employees.
I'll make that
Ed,
motion as well, Tom.
So I think Tom made the motion. Can I get a second? Ed?
I'll second.
Okay, Tom, and then Ed seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, guys. I know we have a executive session. How does that work with Sheldon? Does he take us off YouTube or?
Yeah, we're gonna, well, you might want to go around and just hear any comments from any board members, but then when
Okay.
you're ready, we'll have him shut down the streaming and close out certain people. Everybody just sit tight and he'll do the work.
Okay, so we'll go around with this discussion and then we'll have a motion to go into executive session after we all do, okay? All right, Colleen, do you have anything? Oh,
I don't
Colleen?
have anything. Sorry, I had to take myself off mute.
that's
I don't
okay.
have anything, really going on. North Tonawanda, the parents kind of got together and did signs for people that have seniors. So I'm one of them. So we have a senior sign. And then they just started doing kind of a gift exchange type thing. And so you adopt a senior. And it's been wildly popular, and so much so that people have been adopted 2 or 3 times. And so how that works is you pick somebody and then you get some things and you drop it off at their house. And it's really been nice, but it's very bittersweet. So that's all I can talk about because it's very sad for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Anne? Sure. Anne, do you have anything to report? No? Okay. Anne, you got to take yourself off mute. Anne. I can't hear her. Can you guys? Can't hear her.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay. Move on to Ed.
Medina is working on alternatives for the graduation come July. And the final alternative is Vets Park with the parents and social distancing. That's all.
Thank you. Okay, thanks. Carol?
Well, I just have to say our teachers and students at Barker have been working really, really hard. And I have to give our parents kudos because some of them do not have Wi-Fi. They don't have any way of doing assignments and everything over the computer. And if you go by the Barker parking lot, you will see in the afternoon or in the evening, parents, because there's a hot spot there in the parking lot, and parents are sitting there with students doing assignments in the car, which that in itself has got to be difficult. So I just give a shout out to our parents and students and the teachers who are working very hard. So that's all.
Thank you. How about you, Wayne Wadhams? Wayne?
No report.
Okay. Tim? I know you guys met last night, right?
Nothing really from Wilson. We adopted our budget last night and we're just waiting to see how this mail-in ballots go.
Okay. Keith? Oh, boy.
Roy Hart's
My
board meeting
connection's
is tomorrow
unstable. Can you
night.
still hear me?
I know, got 5 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
we've got 5 people running for 3 positions.
Yeah.
But this has really highlighted the fact that
Wow.
the state has truly screwed up on broadband. We need broadband in the entire state, not just
Yeah.
on the main roads. It's insane.
Right. And gas.
That's it.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Who do I have next? Whoever wants to go. Joe, I don't want to leave Joanne or Tom out.
This is Tom. I'll go. Lyndonville has 5. Yep, this is Tom Klutzbach. Lyndonville has 5 people running for 1 seat. I think you may see that at several districts where you have quite a few people running for one, limited number of seats. Just in Wayne, I don't know, you could pass this on to whoever you want, Wayne Wadhams. GCC has a wireless that's accessible at the campus center. There's actually there's a table and chairs there where people can use it. It's protected from the elements. It's on the east side of the building, but it's available and it's open Wi-Fi. Anybody can use it. Just thought I'd pass that along.
Thank you. Janice?
That's it.
Thank you, Tom.
I
Janice, do you
don't
have
have
anything?
Report. No, I don't have anything. I haven't heard anything. I know there's just the same people are rerunning for their seats, so it's no opposition, but it will be interesting when they send out all it's like 6,000 people, and usually we get 1,000 at the vote, and you get those returns. It's going to be interesting to see how people really think. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Bob?
Yeah, I have a couple things. With Wheatfield, we are actually going to have a senior prom with KISS 98. It's going to be a virtual prom. And they're actually going to do a procession through the whole district with like a parade through all the districts to hit all the seniors' homes. So that's going to be. And then they're going to, what else they're doing? They're actually, they may do something, things change. If they can get, a little bit closer, distance wise, they might do something there. Then that's kind of out there. And the graduation, they're actually going to do at the high school. They're going to do where parents will be in their cars and they'll come by, and the student will come up. They won't actually grab a diploma, but they'll stream it as all the students come up and do a virtual graduation ceremony. So it's going to be pretty interesting for them. It's something that they've been working on, and hopefully it turns out pretty well for the seniors. As far as elections, we probably have a couple extra people that are going to see if they can get on the board. So we have 3 seats, probably about 5 people, I believe, that will be trying to get a seat on the board.
Okay, thank you. That's a nice idea for the graduation. Okay. Joanne, do you have anything?
No.
Okay. As for me, Newport is doing similar stuff to what Colleen was talking about, like Adopt a Senior, and everybody's, tying green and white ribbons around their trees to support seniors. And they've, if somebody is a senior or like a grandparent of a senior, they can put a sign in their yard, which is really cute. I haven't heard anything about the meeting. And as far as I know, everybody who was on the Newport board is staying. Clark, have you heard anything different or no?
Nope. Haven't heard anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, last I heard, people were just kind of holding off on the election of school board members. So, okay. Anything else from anybody?
No.
Okay. I guess I'll take a motion to go into executive session.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, Bob, can I get a second?
I can second. It's Colleen.
There are criteria that need to be recited for the entry into this executive session. And there are 6 of them. collective negotiations with the BOCES Teachers Association, collective negotiations with the CSCA Clerical Unit, collective negotiations with the CSCA Custodial Maintenance Bargaining Unit, the employment histories of particular individuals, matters leading to the discipline of particular individuals, and matters leading to the appointments of particular individuals.
All right, thanks, Wayne. So, did we have a second, Cindy? Get it?
Colleen will do second.
Oh, okay, so all in favor for moving into executive session? Aye.
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 So if everybody just stands by, we're going to clear out all our visitors and we're going to stop the live streaming. So just kind of stand by for a minute. And we'll
Okay.
watch who, for all our visitors, if you would please depart. Thank you.
Dan, nice haircut.
So stop the live stream. Just a second, Dr. Batchel.